Yo, today I want to talk about the fact that we keep piling up things onto our lives for no reason, really. What made me do this was that I realized that I have over 100 videos in the vault, or maybe not 100 videos in the vault. Like I haven't actually recorded them, but I have over 100 video ideas because they just come up and I just write them in my notes every time they come up because they're interesting things I want to talk about, random things. That's what I do. That's what I do on this channel. I only talk about what I want to talk about. And I still don't choose from them whenever I record. Almost never. Actually, I don't think I've ever done that. Every time I recorded, it was something that I thought about that day or that hour if I was able to record it. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, what other things do we do this with? Because we should not worry so much about adding things. It's not about more. It's really about less. It's really less is more is a pretty factual statement. Hold on, I need to feed my cat. She is not letting me have anything. She's not letting me work. Yeah. That's that kind of break. That's kind of unprofessional, no? Well, you came to my channel, you're gonna get unprofessional stuff. But why do we do that? Why do we just want more? You're never satisfied. You always want more, even though you haven't even done the thing in the present moment. You know what I mean? Like, you're eating a steak and you're like, oh, I wonder what am I going to do when I get home. You're eating a steak at a restaurant, or like, oh, I wonder what will I do when I get home. You're just adding things to your mind for no reason. Why can't you enjoy that steak? You know what I mean? You're a better example for this would be adding songs to your playlists. Like, oh my god, I'm burping again because I just drank the buffalo milk that I always drink. I think I did that in like 10 videos and I'm starting to burp again. But yeah, why do we do that? Why do we add more songs to our playlist? Like, I don't know how many songs you have, but me personally, I have a bunch. I have I think over like 4,000 maybe. Yeah, somewhere around there, over 4,000 songs in my playlist. And like, what's the point? Whenever I listen to a new album, I'm like, I kind of want to hear the next song to see if I like the next one. And once I do decide that I like that one, I kind of skip it to like the next song. You know what I mean? I don't know if that happens to you, but why do we need to add more songs? Because what we should really do, I'm talking to myself too, because again, I mean, this video too is basically a representation of that. I haven't thought about this idea. This is not something I've written. I just thought about it that like, damn, I really have over 100 ideas. I started this channel 2 weeks ago and I have over 100 ideas. Like, but why can't we enjoy the things we have? Why do we have to add more songs to our playlist? Buy more clothes, make our lifting routine more complicated, more. When in reality, what we should do, here's the thing about what we should do. We should do what works. That's how you will replicate success. You see what works. Okay, fine. At first, you try a bunch of things. Then you see what sticks. And that thing that you stick, you keep on milking that. That's literally the way basically everybody does business, no? You know, like Nike saw, or Nike, however you pronounce it, saw that Jordan was like selling real well, right? Jordan 1s, and then they started making more. I'm not sure if they launched with multiple. I'm not really into sneakers like that anymore. I used to really be into Jordans, but I kind of forgot the whole history of them. But they made a bunch. I don't even know how many there are. They're a bunch. They're a bunch of Jordans, right? And they made so many because they wanted to milk them. You think that if by Jordan 5 they wouldn't have gotten any sales, they wouldn't have went to Jordan 21, you know? Like, they kept on milking it. And there was no reason to stop at Jordan 3, right? They kept going. Same thing here. We have some songs, like, come on, I want to say this. I have 3,000 songs in my playlist, but I skip a lot of them very often, and it's obvious that some songs are better than the others. I mean, I have 3,000. Maybe there are like 100 songs that I can't rank, but I do have some songs that I'm like, yeah, this song is completely in every way better than that other song. But I still have both in my playlist. So it's like, why am I using something that is not as powerful as often as the thing that's more powerful, if that makes sense? Let me give you another example. Clothes. You know you have a cool ass outfit you look really good in. Maybe you look really good in all black, but you only wear all black like half the time. The rest of the time, maybe you wear a white t-shirt, maybe, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, why? You know, we're nerfing ourselves for no reason, for the sake of variety. Same thing with diet. Why would you eat something that you know you feel worse after eating it? Like, for example, me personally, I like potatoes more than I do. Hopefully, you don't hear my cat eating. Because, you know, I just fed her. I like eating potatoes more than I like eating rice. Not the way not specifically the taste, but the way it makes me feel after. Because rice gives me brain fog. So I was like, yo, why do I have half the days I'm eating potatoes and half the days I'm eating rice as my starch source when I could just eat potatoes every day? You know what I mean? Like, I was nerfing myself for no reason at all. You know, why do we keep doing things that we know are not the best of the best for the sake of variety? You know, we've been sold a lie. We've been sold the moderation is key, that balance is key, that, you know, we need to have variety because variety is good. Even though you don't like every single vegetable you eat, you have to eat every vegetable. No, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Because also our body auto-regulates itself. You know what I mean? You cannot eat just meat, just steak every single day at every single meal without anything else. Not because that's just unhealthy, because it is. Carnivore is just unhealthy, okay? But you won't like it. Your body has made it, so you're like, yo, I don't want to just eat this. You know, I want to eat some other stuff. And that's good. But why are you adding things that your body doesn't necessarily want? You know what I mean? You don't need to have, you know, so many different meals, so many different flavors for no reason. Because you even don't like every single flavor you put in. Or maybe you do, but you like some more than others. Just like my playlist. I like some songs more than others. And now I'm thinking, why the fuck do I have so many songs in my playlist if a lot of them I skip because I like them, but I don't like them that much, you know? Like, I have over 4,000 songs, bro, you know? all of the songs are pretty good. Like I'm a music nerd, like like Anthony Fantano, but I've listened to a lot of music. This is not just this is every song I ever listened to. Because some people might be like, yo, 4,000 songs, but no, I listen to a bunch of songs. I listen to whole albums, and I haven't liked a single song. You know, like I listened to whole artist's discography, and I haven't liked a single song. You know what I mean? Or maybe no, I haven't listened to a whole discography and not like one song, because then I wouldn't listen to the whole discography. I think. No, actually, there are some. There was like this one guy. I think Saska is his name. Weird ass thing. Weird ass reference. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. I don't know. He's for some reason I thought, because he made the kind of music that I kept thinking, yo, this song is almost good, and that's all his songs. That's how I felt. And I even followed him on Spotify because I still think that he might actually drop a good song at one point. But yeah, that's besides the point. If you want to check him out, I think his name is Saska. A random ass reference. You either know or you don't. He's very low on Spotify monthly listener, so that would be crazy if you know. But yeah, I listened to a bunch of songs. Like they're all pretty good, like I said. But do we need pretty good, or we need the best of the best? When you go to the gym, because I use the Smith machine a lot. You know why? Because I just found out that for me, and in general, the Smith machine is just way better for building muscle. I'm not the motherfucker that's in the Smith machine 24/7 all the time, but I do have one exercise every single day in the Smith machine. I have overhead press, JM press, and incline bench, all on separate days. I do full body, but I start like the session with all these three, right? And I was like, I used to do them all free weighted, but I was like, bro, it just doesn't make sense. Smith machine just is so much more stable, so much more effective. Ego aside, that it's not real benching or it's not real, lifting. The Smith machine is just better for building muscle, and that's really all I care. I just want to go there, build some muscle, and go out. I don't care about doing some crazy ass. Even just benching is not that. It's not that cool either. Like maybe if I could have done some calisthenics, but I don't know. I might get into that at some point, and if I do, you will know because I will talk about it. But yeah, the Smith machine is a very it's the best machine. Let me know. Yeah. What am I saying? What am I? Hold on. I just my brain just farted. I don't know. I gotta talk fast now because I can't leave room to think now because people get bored and click away. This is coming back to my content is funny video or whatever. I actually don't know what name it will have because I do the title testing type of thing, and then again I only have like 12 views on that video, so well, that's one of my most popular videos with 12 views. Hopefully you watch this in the future because, well, when I post this, probably nobody's gonna see it. But if you do, I do enjoy it. Especially if you've gotten up to this point, then you're a fucking legend. That's for sure. But you know what I mean. So why do we do that? Why do we keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding? New content, new stimulus, adding a new supplement for no reason. You just found out that ashwagandha is good for boosting your T. What? Like, why are you adding that for no reason? Like, why? Why? We don't need to add more things. Like, do you feel good right now? Right now, yeah, I feel good. Then why are you switching up your whole diet, going to carnivore, going to whatever, trying all these raw stuff like this primal people are talking about? Why? Why do all that when you feel good right now? Maybe because you can feel better. Maybe. But also maybe not, you know? Are you a dietitian? Are you know what I'm saying? Like, do you really need to know all the ins and outs of the diet and stuff to, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is always going to be another song that you're going to like, but are you not happy with the songs you already do have? You know what I mean? We should be more peaceful with it all. We should be more just just enjoy the fact that we have things we like. And we don't need more things. We don't need to pile more things on. We don't need more clothes. Because like, this is hard for me to say. Because I do that with clothes all the time. I will, yo, my cat. She wants food again. There's no way. There's no way. Well, I'm not gonna edit this out because if you got here, you probably have a pretty good attention span, so you are gonna let me feed my cat, even though it's not a part of the video. But what was I saying? Oh, because I completely lost it. Yeah, oh yeah, clothes. It's hard for me to tell you that you should be a minimalist with clothes and you should basically wear the same clothes every day because you should just find the clothes that really work well with you. Like, you know that this type of t-shirt really, really looks good on you and you can wear it pretty much every day. You know, obviously things change if you have, if your seasons change, if you live in a climate where, well, most of the world, if you're in summer all the time, you're pretty lucky. Like, living, well, maybe not in every country, but as far as the environment goes, pretty fucking good. But yeah, most of us have winters and summers. But if you can manage to wear the same shit pretty much every day, and here's the thing, because a lot of people, they don't add this. Minimalist people forget this. They're like, oh, I'm just going to wear a black shirt and I'll wear black jeans and I'll wear some Air Forces, and that's what you should do. That's no. That's a band-aid solution to the thing. That's exactly what you should do. You shouldn't do. That's why I hated the minimalism wave at first, because people are like trying to make default skins. No, not every guy should just wear a black t-shirt every day. You know, that's stupid. That's just, you're defeating the whole purpose, and you're defeating your own purpose, because your black t-shirt, you're gonna look like an NPC. Everybody is just like, what are you trying to do? Are we all gonna be like soldiers, army soldiers, walking around with a black shirt, every single guy in the world? You know what I mean? Like, that's dumb advice. No, here's the advice that I would give. You can either listen to me or you don't, but I know way more fashion than these guys. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck. But what you should do is find out what looks good on you, and don't say that nothing looks good on you. If nothing looks good on you, you shouldn't worry about clothes, because if nothing looks good on you, that's probably because you're fat. not even skinny, because I know that if you're into fashion, that skinny people look even better in clothes most of the time. But I actually disagree. I think having a wide frame is always a good thing. But yeah, if you say that you don't do good in anything, you either haven't found what works, or you're just your physique is not on point. And the good thing is, physique is pretty easy to change. It's literally, yeah. People could say it's cope, whatever. Physique is not cope. It is important. I'm not saying go to the gym. I'm not saying that. But push-ups, pull-ups, you know what I'm saying, squats. We shouldn't really neglect legs, even though I kind of neglect them nowadays. I'm not gonna lie. But I can do that. I have 5 years of gym before skipping lately. Okay, so you cannot start off with skipping lately. You gotta pay your dues, and then you can go a little easier. But find out what works for you. This is in terms of clothes, and just wear that. What's the point of nerfing yourself? Like, imagine you look really good in tank tops. Then why the fuck would you ever wear a t-shirt, unless it's, the occasion or whatever, you're forced to wear it. Like I said, maybe it's too cold. But if you have the option, why would you ever go with the other option? Because you want variety. Here's the thing, if you wear the same thing every day, then not only you become kind of memorable, you become like a cartoon character, which I think is super cool. Like, people start to, associate you with things like that. Like, I don't know, and you kind of own things. Like, I'm not saying just simple stuff. You could own like a graphic tee. You always wear a band t-shirt or whatever. Well, you're gonna actually own that, and people, if one of your other friends is gonna wear that, people are gonna be like, yo, what are you doing? Are you copying? You know what I'm saying? You're copying the band t-shirt guy or whatever. You kind of just end up owning that. Like, it's cool. I think that's kind of fun. And people remember you more. Oh, that's the band t-shirt guy. You know what I'm saying? But wear something that you find out that looks good. You probably know what looks good on you. Like, and I'm a culprit of that. I always buy more clothes and have different outfits because I don't like to repeat my outfits. So yeah, some of my outfits are better, some are worse. Well, yeah, because obviously they're very different. I could have an all black outfit, then have a very colorful one with pink and everything, because I just used to think variety is, but now I'm having, a crisis about it. I'm like, damn, actually, it doesn't mean to not be unique. Here's the thing. Minimalism doesn't mean being a bot, doesn't mean being a default skin. It just means you wear the thing that is minimal for you. AKA, you just wear the same thing. Nobody told you to wear the same thing, the same boring thing. You could wear a crazy ass outfit, just wear it every day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you are going to wear it every day, though, obviously you should have multiple pieces because, you're going to smell at least the t-shirt. But the t-shirt is pretty easy. For the most part, I think a black t-shirt is probably the way to go. Or the top in general, if you want the tank top, But some people look better in white t-shirts, But decision fatigue is real, and we keep on piling up things that in reality don't really serve a purpose. They don't really get us anywhere, Just adding more things for the sake of variety, changing your exercise for the sake of variety, adding more songs to your playlist. All these things distract you from what you're supposed to be doing, from the work you're supposed to put in, the interactions you're supposed to have. Like, motherfuckers think more about their fit and the way to pose for Instagram than to actually go out and socialize and, meet friends and meet real people and have real experiences rather than sitting in your room contemplating what new anime you should start, even though you have a list of already 50 animes that you want to start. And you shouldn't probably even start any of them because you've already seen a bunch of anime and all the themes are already been kind of explored, and it's very unlikely that you're gonna find a new life-changing anime that is gonna be your number one for life. Is that oddly specific? Yeah, maybe, because I was in that situation, and I'm still guilty of doing that now. Like I said, this is me talking from a more detached point of view. But yeah, hopefully you can manage to remove some things from your life, because they're just causing clutter. And you know what I say? Peaceful mind, peaceful life, and a bunch of bitches. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of hoes. I kind of swear a lot in this video. My bad. But